Hello everyone, and a warm welcome to BaseWatches. Admittedly, dress watches often take a backseat compared to their sporty counterparts in terms of focus and coverage. However, discovering a well-executed dress timepiece amidst the sea of releases is always a delightful surprise. With that sentiment in mind, let's dive into our selection of the top 5 dress watches of 2024. Grand Seiko's darling amongst watch collectors the world over, the SBGA 211 Snowflake gets its name from its delicately decorated dial, which resembles freshly fallen snow. It's also incredibly precise thanks to its smooth, sweeping spring drive movement, which pairs the soul of a mechanical watch with the accuracy of quartz. While the Snowflake is named and known for its dial, its high-intensity titanium case shouldn't be overlooked. Measuring 41 by 49 by 12.5 millimeters puts it on the larger side, especially for a time-only everyday dress watch. It also features deceptively clever geometry, a strength of both Grand Seiko and Seiko, allowing it to look and wear smaller and thinner than expected. Additionally, thanks to being titanium, it is 30% lighter than it would have been had it been made of steel. As with the textured dial, at a glance or from afar, the case might seem classic and straightforward, only revealing itself under closer inspection. From above, long, thick lugs flow from one side to the other, end-wrapping a polished bezel. A 6mm crown sits slightly nestled in the side at 3 when screwed in. One of the first tricks of the eye this case plays comes from the mix of finishing and how it is used to make the case appear to drop off at the edge of the bezel. In conclusion, the Grand Seiko SBGA 211 Snowflake is an iconic timepiece that perfectly embodies the elegance and craftsmanship that Grand Seiko is celebrated for. This Rolex Perpetual 1908 is a straightforward dress watch. Time-only, compact, no complications, no unnecessary decorum. Straight to the point of elegance. For this review, we've decided to take a look at the yellow gold version with matte white dial reference 52508, which felt to me the most appealing. The matte black dial also has charm, but the warm color of gold with this soft white dial is as elegant as you can get. The case of the Perpetual 1908 is compact at 39mm with short lugs and mostly a thin profile of 9.50mm. Not ultra-thin watchmaking, but slender enough to fit under a cuff and to enter the dress watch category. The case plays on contrast between the soft, polished surfaces of the middle case and lugs, and the sharp, reflecting finely fluted accents on the bezel, the caseback, and the crown. The case is water-resistant to 50 meters with a domed sapphire crystal on top, and also one on the case back. The big news comes from the back, and that unprecedented movement is now visible. Named Caliber 7140, this new engine is a quite impressive combination of past, present, and future. Classic in its architecture with a central rotor, a thin profile, visible ratchet wheel and barrel, it also brings to the table all of the brand's technologies. All of that is protected by a transversing bridge with Paraflex shock absorbers. Beating at 28,800 vibrations per hour, the movement stores a comfortable 66-hour power reserve. The Rolex Perpetual 1908 stands as a symbol of Rolex's horological prowess and enduring style. The first words that sprung to mind when I saw the watch were classic, understated, and dress watch. The dimensions and the design provides the perfect blend of elegance, class, and balance. The 40mm case fits very well on the wrist. It is a pleasure to wear and makes you forget that you are wearing a watch while working behind a desk. The anchor on the dial and the typical UN plate on the side of the case is a constant but gentle reminder of Ulysse Nardin's nautical DNA. Besides easy time reading, the self-winding watch features small seconds and a date display at the 6 o'clock position, a power reserve of 48 hours, and hacking seconds. Perhaps the nicest feature is the changing colors of the dial, depending on the light. The designers of Ulysse Nardin aim to keep the dial as simple and understated as possible. Embossed Roman indicators mark the 3rd, 9th, and 12th hour, and embossed bars mark the remaining hours. Leaving out the location of the company gives more space around the name and the anchor. The design is wonderfully balanced. Inside ticks the modern in-house caliber UN 320 that powers the display of time in hours, minutes, and seconds, as well as the date. The automatic movement features a hacking mechanism, 48 hours of power reserve, and a silicon hairspring and anchor escapement, facilitating easy maintenance and magnetic protection. The Ulysse Nardin Classico manufacture in steel with blue sunray dial is a unique combination of modern elegance, refinement, technical features, and design characteristics. The new edition of Opus Chronograph arrives in two distinct references, each featuring a Grade 5 titanium case measuring 41 mm in diameter and 14.8 mm in height. With a 100 meters water-resistant design constructed from 23 pieces, the case showcases a blend of brushed and polished surfaces and signature Chronoswiss elements, an oversized onion crown and knurled edges on both sides. The top part of the chronograph pushers feature motifs that complement the crown's style, while exposed screws secure the strap using the patented autoblock system on the shortened lugs for enhanced comfort. A sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective coating protects the dial, allowing an uninterrupted view of its openwork structure and indications. The Opus cleverly addresses the legibility challenge common in skeletonized timepieces by coloring many movement parts on the dial side in black. Available with dark blue or green CVD-coated dials with a matte finish, the Opus titanium chronograph adds color to the outer minute track and 4 subdials. The Chronoswiss automatic caliber C741S powering the Opus series is a seriously modified ETA Valjoux 7750 with 25 joules, operating at 28,800 vibrations per hour and a 46-hour power reserve. The new Chronoswiss Opus titanium chronograph is worn on a textile quarter strap, blue or desert camouflage, depending on the reference, and closed with a folding clasp. As a casual kind of guy who basically has season tickets to anything in titanium, my need for a dress watch is admittedly limited. Despite this, I do have such a fondness for the category. This year, JLC released an enticing spin on the Reverso tribute by adding a chronograph to one side of their beloved dress watch. The result forms another example of what I like best about the world of the Reverso, those models that have a beautiful dress watch on one side of the flippable case, while the other offers some sort of complication or more fanciful execution of the time. The Tribute Chronograph is truly a two watches in one kind of creation, as the dressier dial is time only while the other side offers a very JLC take on a chronograph. With a skeletonized dial, it features a retrograde 30-minute chronograph counter. If I were lucky enough to have one, I'd be looking for excuses to dress up. Here's hoping they expand the line to include an option in yellow gold.